Hey, you, welcome back to the channel. And guys, today we want to talk Bitcoin. Is there marketing in Bitcoin at the level we want to see? And we also want to speak a little bit about Facebook coin and it not being after Bitcoin. So, Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, has been a big supporter of Bitcoin. He launched the Square app that allows its merchants to accept payment in Bitcoin. And he is also now directly hiring developers on Bitcoin in order to improve Bitcoin and to do a lot of experiments within it, as his belief is that Bitcoin is possibly the native token of the internet, that it will be this digital currency. He expects it to continue growing. But when we think about the marketing behind Bitcoin and decentralized cryptocurrencies, of course, probably the biggest issue would be the incentive to market for Bitcoin. Unlike or what we saw happen with Dash, the Masternode community, they paid for the advertising when they went down to Venezuela. And so, whenever something's decentralized, the incentive to market for the cryptocurrency, as there's no one exactly responsible for it, it makes it so that who decides to market and at what level and to what degree. And so, obviously, in something like Bitcoin, you would want some marketing, or for it to be attractive to people to mass adopt. And probably one of the best ways to do that, it seems to be probably what many of us is finding out, is that through some type of network, through some type of social network, whether it be Twitter or whether it be something like Facebook. And so this is all very interesting to see as Twitter pushes forward with Bitcoin development, and hopefully trying to get it to bear this title of native token of the internet, of the money of the internet. That we will see a great growth and development in Bitcoin. But moving over to Facebook now, interesting enough, many of us had thought that Facebook may be after Bitcoin or overtake Bitcoin. And that probably is going to happen. But it would seem that Facebook's ambitions are far beyond Bitcoin's. I think Facebook has already looked at Bitcoin and said that we're going to surpass Bitcoin. Our network's bigger, and that the sites of Bitcoin, they are far beyond that. What it seems what's happening with Facebook is that many believe that Facebook is targeting the U.S. dollar itself. And to understand that, to really paint a picture here of what's going on with Facebook coin. Whereas in stable coins, you generally think of a stable coin being backed by something like the US dollar, considered to be the world reserve currency. But what you're actually getting with Facebook coin is it will consist of a basket of currencies. So it won't be tethered to just the US dollar. It won't be backed by the US dollar. It will be backed by a basket of currencies. And this is quite interesting, because that means that Facebook could then become not only probably one of the most stable currencies, it could become the world currency itself. It would be the biggest currency on the planet. If it was a country, it would be the biggest country in the world. So that is just, something just out of this world to think about. But it could mean that Facebook site is a great deal more set, a lot higher than just Bitcoin. Uh, It will be interesting to see as Twitter developments continues, as we can see a much more value wise Bitcoin. He is hiring developers right now. You can go over to the Twitter site if you're a Bitcoin developer and get a job with Jack Dorsey. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's hiring about 200 people just to work with Bitcoin development. So that's quite interesting. What has become clear is that for Bitcoin to be successful, is going to need a large network. For pretty much any cryptocurrency, it's going to need that, and there's going to need to be incentive to want to market for it, to want to push it, and it's going to be hard to get that in a purely decentralized setting like what we have in Bitcoin. However, that doesn't mean that other cryptocurrencies won't be will be limited to achieving this. As we can see, Facebook as a cryptocurrency, if you want to consider it that, will achieve that as soon as it's launched. The project that I'm involved with, I'm working on, Bitcoin NYK, has elements of a way to move your Bitcoin value similar to the Lightning Network, a represented value of Bitcoin, over a social network, which at the same time gives it the incentive to grow as a social network, and yet at the same time be able to move that Bitcoin value. So that's all very interesting, but I think those are the type of projects we're going to need to really focus on, understanding social network growth and social network dollars in the cryptocurrency space to make it something that can grow network wide, that can achieve mass adoption in a very efficient way. So that's all I really want to say about Bitcoin marketing and Facebook not targeting Bitcoin. If you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and until next time, take care.